welcome back to Fantastic Friday here on News Talk 93 FM. Who's that? It's Simone. I see some new people jumping in. Bless up, bless up. Welcome to Fantastic Friday here on News Talk 93 FM. We are jumping into the discussion segment or topic for today. Can money buy love? That's the question today, people. Can money buy love? You're locked into Fantastic Friday here on News Talk 93 FM. And it's time to talk the thing with Kim. I'm Mr. Fresh Concept, filling in for Kimmie, Kim. All right. I want to say big up to everybody got it locked in. I see Fiona. I see Unbeatable Champion. I see ANC. Congrats to ANC. Just won $400 credit off the bat. Easy peasy, just like that. People, you can be a winner if you follow Fantastic 93 FM. Keep it locked to our show. All right, so we're jumping into our discussion topic this week. We're talking about our question: can money buy love? I think some of the ladies are. I would say, indecisive when it comes to this topic. They're not sure because they want money. Them don't want love without money. So love has to come with money. So isn't that a sign that you can buy love? Because if money not there, no love not there, no, with most of them, So the age-old question, can money buy love? It continues to spark a debate. And in 2025 right now, the answer is still complex. While most agree that true love cannot be purchased, the growing influence of wealth, technology, and lifestyle on modern relationships suggests that money plays a more significant role than ever before. All right? Yeah, I think so. Money is pretty much a big topic in relationships, especially nowadays with social media, with the popular trends of influencers. All these things seem to have changed the narrative. Money will definitely provide comfort and stability. That's from Fiona on our Instagram Live there. You can drop your comments on Instagram Live. You can comment also via WhatsApp at 876-792-3530. And let us know your views. Can money buy love? All right. Now, let me go into how the dependence on money in relationship has changed over time. All right. Now, let's be real. Money and relationships have always had a thing going on, but the way they link up has changed over the years. Now, let's look back in the 1950s and 60s. All right. Now, relationships were often about survival and stability. The traditional setup was that men were the breadwinners and women depended on them financially. Love was important, but security was the real deal breaker. So back then, because women most likely depended on men for, to be caregivers and providers, I think back then, because the economy and cost of living wasn't so high, things were a bit simpler. Because even a little, for example, a man who they would say, boy, does a little, housework or handiwork or handyman work, was able to create a life back then. You know what I'm saying? I think back then, the major difference was the cost of living. The pressure wasn't on persons as much. There were persons able to make do with a small income. And they were able to, fit in and balance. I think that was a big part of the issue, or a big part of why things were simpler in the 1950s and 60s. All right. I see some additional comments coming in as well. Let me take a quick look on our Instagram Live to see. Remember the WhatsApp line. If you're listening via radio, you want to communicate with us, you can jump in on the WhatsApp line, 876-792-3530. We're talking about, can money buy love? All right. Fiona says, I think in this day and age, there's no genuine love because the focus and center of the relationship is money. So money becomes the focus and the center of relationship. All right. So that's Fiona's point there. I see she drops an additional one as well. I see somebody else jumping in on the live. Welcome to Fantastic Friday. Be sure to drop your comments. We're talking about, can money buy love? money seems to be a very big mover and shaker in relationships nowadays. Fiona says, back then it was easy going. Women did not put too much pressure on money, but place emphasis on love and I would say ride and die or loyalty. All right. So nowadays, let's fast forward to the 90s and early 2000s. Independence started trending for the women during that time. The 90s to the 2000s, every woman was, oh, my independent, show your hands up at me, right? All the ladies started to sing about, scrubs, then the wanna scrubs. Those things started to get become a big trend in the 90s going into the 2000s. Women were earning their own money. And people started talking about marrying for love over status. Money still mattered, but it wasn't the whole story. So in the 2000s, I found, that relationship was a trending thing. Persons wanted that commitment. Persons wanted that togetherness. People were looking for relationships out of love and affection. It wasn't a big trend to see persons going into relationship having everything put together financially. Persons were willing to work together, I believe, in the 2000 stage. Even though the ladies were more independent, they were more willing to cooperate and, partner up with a man rather than to say depend fully on him. So money still mattered, but it wasn't the primary focus of a woman's decision whether or not she likes a man or she wants to be with a man. So I think that would have been one of the big decision makers back then. One of the reasons why the dependency on money has changed since then compared to now. All right. Fiona says, in modern society, women speaking up nowadays as to what they want. Yes, more and more. Let me, say in 2025. Now we're in 2025. Now, women are speaking up more for what they want, but I think there's a big influence, and this is where social media comes into play, inflation comes into play, life goals are also changing the name of the game again. All right, so financial compatibility is almost as important as emotional compatibility nowadays. It's not just about paying bills, but it's about maintaining a certain lifestyle, a certain vibe, a certain influence, and sometimes that Instagram aesthetic. So that's what we're looking at these days. It's a big change where you're looking at the types of relationship that people go after. Nowadays, I think more persons are going into relationships from a business standpoint more than a love standpoint. Fiona says women became independent, so they want a man to level up and beyond. Now, a woman becoming independent, in my books, a woman being independent, I mean, yes, she do want a man to step up, but a woman becoming independent I think that means she's able to, if she finds a partner, I think that means she's able to contribute more than depend instantly on the man. Because remember, we're coming from a tradition where the men were the breadwinners and the women depended mostly on the man. So the woman being more independent these days means that she has more flexibility and ability to contribute to make the relationship work. However, I think the move nowadays is to a place where, the women are independent, but they're like, listen me, the man has to still do everything and I spend my money on nothing. I keep my money and save it. The man buy her gifts, the man take her out, the man pay the bills, and the woman does nothing with her money. Because the man have to probably, give her money to go to the nails. If a lady's going out, she can tell the man, say, listen, me ear one do. I need some new clothes. So the ladies are independent, but it's as if they are independent of the relationship. So their contribution to the relationship is just being there, while the man's contribution is just financially. So it's becoming a transaction. Relationships are more of a transaction these days. And people, I think, are more going into relationships as a business. Is this person gonna make me some money, or am I going to be able to get a step up in a life with this person? But I'm not able to do it by yourself, It's like this person, what this person can do for me. That's basically the gesture of relationships nowadays. That's the vibe I'm getting. If I'm wrong, you can let me know. If you get a different view, you can let me know. But I'm getting that vibe of persons going into a relationship, basically saying, what this person gonna do for me? Is this person up there already and can lift me up there? Because if they're not up there, I don't want them. Like, that is the step I'm getting from most relationships nowadays. Fiona says, nowadays, women want a man to maintain their lifestyle. ANC says, money is the root of all evil. Well, when you reach a evil yet, ANC. But the thing about it, when a woman says they want the man to maintain their lifestyle, that's also another trick for me, because I get the vibe that when a man comes into a woman's life, most of the time, well, I wouldn't say most of the time, in some occasions or in popular occasions, it's as if the woman is already in debt. The woman owe bill, the woman owe this, she don't have enough clothes, she don't have enough that. So it's like the man is responsible now for bringing her from -5 to a +5. A man, if he can bring her out of debt. I think that is where relationships are most of these time. I think that's where it is, because you'll find it strange, but you'll find it very interesting. I see Kai checking in. Wagwan Kai, welcome. I'll find it nowadays that you'll have a woman who's not working, probably for 2-3 months, right? And is gonna tell a man that, her bills are due and so and so. That means she wasn't maintaining her lifestyle. That means she's pretty much behind. And when you step into her life, she say, listen, she not go out with the man, him have to pay her bill and all these things. I don't even know you yet. How is this a bill I'm required to pay? Me don't even know if I like it yet. We're supposed to go out on dates. But because of the economic climate, you can't even date and find out if you like the person. As soon as you meet them, you have to be contributing to this bill and that bill and buying that clothes and that clothes. I think people should already have some clothes to go out if you're gonna, start dating. You should actually have 2 things in your closet. Remember, I'm new, so I don't know you yet. So anything in your closet, you're supposed to have 2 new things where you can, 2 decent clothes where you can wear to a date. Surprisingly, most times you'll hear that if a man is gonna take a lady out on a date, you have to buy her either do her hair or buy her, she need her shoes for wear. I don't think that man is keeping up her lifestyle. I think that man is bringing her out of debt. Because how are you gonna go on a date? You don't want a broke pocket man. You don't want a man that's not working, but yet still this man has to buy you a dress for you to just go out with him the first time. I understand if you guys are in a relationship and your partner's gonna buy you gifts and you're gonna be nice for each other and take it out of shopping and things like that. But you just meet the person and you have to buy them something. Oh no, if a guy gonna take me out, I'm have to go buy me that. I don't think that's how relationships were designed to begin with. Fiona says, I agree with you. It becomes a transactional thing. True. Fiona says, do you think women become gold diggers? All right. I wouldn't say gold diggers, because most of the time, when you refer to gold diggers, it's usually a man that has a lot of money and the woman is with him for his riches. But to how the lifestyle is set up nowadays, it's not necessarily just riches. I find that a lot of women, well, I won't say a lot, but a good amount of women nowadays have moved into the mindset that if they're going into a relationship or they're going to talk to a man, it's pretty much what they can get from the man or what they can get out of this. It's not even whether or not this is a good man or whether or not this is a caring man or whether or not this man is going to protect them, comfort them, love them unconditionally. It's pretty much basically what this man can give them. Him have a car, him have a business, him can give them 50,000 a month time. I find most of the relationships nowadays are leaning toward that kind of a culture. It's no longer, is this a guy that can take care of the kids, or is this a guy that will be a great father? It's pretty much a dependency on the financial benefits. And I think the financial benefits that attract women allow them to be in a place where the man is providing financially, but there's no other benefits. There's no emotional support. There's no physical attention. It's basically just a transaction, I think. All right. So we've come to the conclusion. Well, we don't reach a conclusion yet, but we have an idea to say that, it's popularly said that money can't buy love, right? And a lot of persons say, it's a fact, or it's true, and it's evident that money cannot buy your true love. But we're going to go into a section. We have some points here. I have 8 ways in which it may look like money buys love in 2025. So while you say, boy, money can't buy love, I have these 8 examples, and I'm going to say, boy, it look like money can buy love to me. If you agree, you can let me know. If you disagree, you can let me know in the comments below. All right. You can drop your comments on the Instagram live, or you can comment via YouTube on this video. All right. I have some examples of ways money seems to be buying love in 2025. All right. So Fiona says that's why some women have a different man for each bill. Exactly. I mean, if you're a woman and you're independent and you're living your life, you should be able to cover your bills. I'm not saying when you find a man, the man not gonna help out and all these things, but as a woman who says they're independent, they should be covering their bills. Because if a woman takes on a man, I am sure that that woman doesn't want to hear that man tell her anything about contribute to none of female bills. So that man has to be independent already. And a man being independent means when he meets a woman, he doesn't need to ask her for help to cover his bills. And I think a woman should be in the same position. If you're going out and you say you want to meet a guy and you want to meet an independent guy, you should be able as a woman to cover your own bills. I'm not talking about later on when you say on a day and 5-6 months into the relationship, you can decide how the contributions go. But I think when relationships are starting out, a lot of women are dependent on the man as soon as they meet him. And that show you said they weren't truly independent to begin with. When they say, oh, she's an independent woman, she don't need no man. As soon as you meet a man, he has to be forking out, half of the salary to cover your expenses right away. And that to me seems as if it's money buying the love in the relationship. All right? I just think so. Fiona says the man has to level up. I mean, a man leveling up, if a man is to level up when he gets a woman, think about it. The man has to level up. He has to start what? Earning more? What do you mean by a man has to level up? Let me get an idea of what you mean by the man has to level up. All right? Now, we're going to look at ways in which it seems as if money can buy love in 2025. Number 1, there's currently a luxury lifestyle flex happening in 2025. Everybody is concerned about expensive trips. Yeah, everybody's concerned about expensive trips, fine dining, designer clothes, and apparently that seems to make the hearts race. Welcome to Trendy Boss in the building. Trendy, welcome. You can drop your comments on the topic, can money buy love? But there's a trend nowadays where more persons seem to be looking for a luxury kind of lifestyle, expensive trips, fine dining, designer clothes, and these things seem to make their hearts race. When someone constantly provides experience that feels like a movie, flying to Dubai, staying in 5-star resorts, it creates a sense of exclusivity and romance. People often confuse these luxuries for love because they release dopamine and make everything feel exciting. The truth is, these moments can fade as quickly as soon as the spending stops. So, This is one way in which apparently it seems as if money is buying love, because as soon as the man is able to take her on expensive trips, fine dining, she never liked the man before, no, but as soon as they start going on trips, fine dining, designer clothes, all of a sudden love is in the air. And sometimes, especially on social media, you see them and you're saying, boy, these people don't look happy. Only when spending a go on or they're in a certain type of lifestyle, then it looks like happiness. But outside of that, when the money done or when the spending go on pause, is the love still there? That is my question. I mean, I've never been in that situation because I'm not a rich guy. But I'm asking the guys out there, the money man them, or the ladies who have been with the money man them. Suppose the money man say, listen, me this month, me not no money for spend. Is the love still there? Are you going to hold on till next month? Man them, let me know what you think. If you are with a woman and you say to her, say, boy, babe, no money now run this month, What what will she say? All right. Fiona says he has to be able to provide efficiently, else the woman will move on to the next. I think the social media has influenced the way women or even people overall wants to show the world how they are living. Exactly. I mean, there is a trend towards, the highlight and the luxury life. And a lot of persons are moving towards that. And it's cost. It requires money. It doesn't require love. And if more ladies are trending towards that preference where they want that lifestyle, if they're going to be with a man, he has to be able to provide that lifestyle, then love is pretty much like a third requirement. It's no longer the first requirement. The lifestyle becomes number one. So that's why I say luxury lifestyle flex is changing how money is valued in a relationship, and it's giving money more value over love. Number 2 on my list is social media influence. Ties in with the luxury lifestyle. Social media is the modern love stage. Many people crave relationships that look glamorous online. Matching outfits, vacation pics. Everybody wants to live the soft life. Now, dating someone with money means your content looks expensive, and people associate that with happiness. You see what I try to show you people? Nowadays, the expensive life is associated with happiness. But is it truly happiness? Are these people really and truly happy to the core? Yes or no? Tell me what you think. And as I said, this lifestyle makes you look like they're so in love. They're on a trip to Dubai. Is that real love? Are they truly in love? Listen, me people. Here's the trick. Here's the catch. Likes and views don't equal real emotional depth. So all in all, I don't think it's real love, but apparently, based on how it's marketed nowadays, that seems to be traded in for love. The lifestyle now becomes the key factor in relationship. Your social media influence, you want to be that person posting a picture at all the fine places each week. If you can't get that from your partner, you're not like them, you don't want them. Can you take me out to fine places each week? You never ask the person if them like you yet. Oh my gosh. So apparently nowadays, relationships are moving towards a financial transaction rather than an emotional one where love is number one. People have some more points for you. We're going to go to the 7:30 break in a few. We're looking at can money buy love? And so far it seems to be, if it's not love, it seems to be purchasing what looks like love. It seems to be creating an image that is overshadowing the importance of love. So money seems to be becoming the number one factor in relationships these days. So we're going to talk about more after the break, but can money buy love? Drop your views in the comments